Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the RealNext webinar. Today we are talking about presentations like a pro. I'm Jeff Finn, and I am joined by Matthew Smith. We're going to be taking you on a tour of the presentation tools within RealNext. It's going to start with creating and maintaining property profiles, sending information from your CRM, and look at the integrated workflow to get that information into our Market Edge to create incredible collateral materials, and into our marketplace to showcase listings out in the public and to run integrated email marketing campaigns. Then we'll take a deeper dive into Market Edge and look at the additional content that you can provide to surround your listing, to give it all of the marketing content that it needs to really sizzle and to create the dynamic presentations that you want to create. We'll show you how to access our template library and then to make them your own, as well as to build customized pages and global pages within the solution so that you have a full design editor to do all the things that we may not have out of the box, but you might want to work with as far as how you want to lay out and present a property or details about a property. And then we'll show you the output, creating e-publications of flyers, brochures, proposals, BOVs, offering memos, or create websites for your property listings, as well as whether it's an e-document or a print document that you can create. And again, from a one-pager to a 100-page presentation and document, you've got it all in the box, and all of your CRM content can instantly flow through to create all this great marketing collateral for you to make you look as successful as you can be. So Matt, I'm going to turn it over to you to take a deep dive in and show how this all works.
Thanks as always, Jeff, and I'm really excited to be on this call with everybody. And here we go.
And before you ask, while Matt's doing that, we are recording, we will be distributing. You have questions, post them, and we will try to interject with answers or wrap them at the end and bring them all to conclusion. Thanks, Matt. Here you go.
Yeah, fantastic. And it's like Jeff mentioned, this is interactive, so please ask questions throughout. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about creating and maintaining property profiles, and those can be done in two main places inside of our program. One is a CRM, and I was just taking a quick little street view here across the Messenger Industrial Park, and as my Google person was just taking an afternoon stroll. But I want you to understand that the information that you put inside of our program is going to be applied throughout the program. So it's really important you understand how everything is applied. Whether you're putting the information inside a marketplace, or you're putting it in the property side or the spaces side inside of the CRM portal, this information from construction type to zoning, county, or even custom fields that you may have, like loan maturity and other information, is all able to be pushed inside of our marketplace. And I'll talk to our Market Edge, and I'll talk to you about how we're going to be doing that. A lot of times people ask just simple things like, how do you get the photos in Market Edge? You can do that by taking pictures in the field, and they'll add directly to the property record or the space record automatically for you. You don't have to take a picture, upload, download, and so forth. So all that information's across. If it is a multifamily property, the units will come across if you have the unit mix. Also, if you have the tenant mix or rent roll, that information from the rent roll will come across as well. So again, the more information you have front loaded in the CRM, the quicker and easier it's going to be able to create that collateral inside of Market Edge. Now, similarly, anything that's inside of Marketplace, which is our listing portal, that information can syndicate out to our analysis tool. And when I say syndicate, it means it's going to push out there. So if you have any properties inside of our marketplace, you haven't created a brochure or flyer, and you want to today, all you have to do is open up that property for sale or for lease and simply hit this analyze button, and that information will then populate. Again, any of the information you have, like property overview, photos, and so forth, will all come across, and that will populate right into our Market Edge program for what we're going to be talking today. Now, whether you're pushing the information in from the CRM, you're pushing the information in from Marketplace, or you're just entering it directly into Market Edge, remember, if you ever need any additional support or help, Guide Me is a fantastic resource for you. You simply click on the blue button and it can walk you through how to create any kind of marketing collateral, from a full financial analysis with broker opinion of value for an offering memorandum, listing presentation, flyer, brochure, and it has an on-screen guide. It'll simply walk over here from like the property page, and it will tell you the difference between a financial analysis when you select it here, a rent roll, or just presentation only. And you can see these top toolbars will move throughout here. So let's talk a little bit about taking the information from the CRM, Market Edge, or Marketplace, and then adding and enhancing that content within inside of our program. Also, for anybody that does land, remember we do accept latitude and longitude. So if you don't have a property address, feel free to just put in the latitude and longitude. That information should be accessible in the CRM as well, so you can see that if you need that. So from the top, you have three options. One is a financial analysis, the other one is going to be a rent roll, and the other one's going to be presentation. So you see across the top here, it says assumptions, income, expenses, financing for debt services, projections, charts, dashboard, and presentation. If you want to simplify it, you can have presentation only, and that will remove all those other sections within inside the program. Just depends on what we're trying to convey. Property type, this is really important. Again, if it comes from Marketplace or the CRM, it's going to push the information directly into our program, and it's going to automatically put in the property type. Now, this matters when you want to show your income and expenses. If you put in an industrial building, it's going to have in there tenant information. If you put in there multifamily, it's going to have unit mix information. So it's really important. Other information, fee simple, location address, all pulls from Google addressing. Any financial fields, you can put a $0 if you don't know an amount. Land information, building fields, industrial fields, property overview, and retail fields are all self-explanatory, and you can fill in the blank with that information. I do want to let everybody know that down here, this is really important, and it's a section that people sometimes do overlook, and that is going to be the number of tenants. If you do want to show any available spaces, or you want to show the rent roll or income, make sure that you have the number of tenants in there. If you have a 3-tenant building, the number of tenants needs to be 3, and that'll adjust on your income page. Similarly, if you have a unit mix, there's 4 mixes, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 1 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and so forth. You want to put down in here number of mixes, and you want to just change that. So that's commonly where people sometimes make a mistake. So this is all about presentations like a pro. So I'm just going to go right here, and I'm going to say, let's present like a pro, and I'm going to go right into the presentation side of things. So let's talk about how to present like a pro. One is speed. Speed is all pros are fast. We want to make sure you're fast doing this. And so what we did is we went ahead and we made it so you're able to come in here and you're able to simply hit File, Template, and when you hit File, Template, you have a couple options. One is My Template, so you can create your own templates. Now these templates give you the ability to have your analysis type set automatically for you, your cover page set for you, your inside page set for you. You can name it what you want. Mine is blank because it doesn't show anything. It kind of wipes everything out. You also can have it with your bio page, how that layout is and your different logos. So maybe you have a couple different things that you do in commercial and you want to have different templates, you can customize those templates. Some companies do have company templates. Like here we have one called CRM fields, and I'll walk you through that here in a bit. And then we also have one for the templates that are in here. Now these templates are for every asset class, from healthcare to hospitality, industrial. So if you're not sure what to do, it will automatically be checked for your asset class that you chose in the beginning. And then from here, you can choose landscape or portrait, sale or lease, and it will narrow down the criteria, and you simply hit any one that you want to load and you hit open. And again, there's more template options down here, from brochures to flyers. There you go. And all you got to do is hit open, and it will pull out the information on the left-hand side. Now, when I talk about templates, I want everybody to be aware, what I consider to be a template is these section pages in here. These are what my template consists of, okay? Now, you can have different cover pages, and you can have different custom branding on the header or footer, or maybe you have a custom page altogether. that is going to be the design element. That is not necessarily going to be the template. So if you hear me talk about custom templates, I'm talking about customizing the information on the left-hand side. So a couple things you can easily do is you can upload multiple images to this if you did not bring the information in from the CRM or marketplace. Simply hit on preferences, and from here you can come over to photo library, and in photo library you can go ahead and you can upload photos. You can simply just drag and drop those photos, and you can add as many photos in there. There's also a global photos section in there. Global photos means that they're going to be available for all of your marketing packages, so you don't have to upload them every time you do a marketing package. You can simply upload them to global photos, and they're all drag and drop. Okay, great way to get information in there for those photos. It's all simple drag and drop. So then those photos will be available for any of the pages within inside of here. So whether you're putting a page in there for property photos like I have here, or you're doing cover pages, those photos will be available for you. You can also add additional things like PDFs and other information right into our program by simply hitting add pages. When you hit add pages, it's going to give you another section to add additional pages to create that template. And you'll notice a couple of sections in here. One is called section page. Again, this is something that I think that is super powerful that people sometimes do not have when I see these custom templates that come out of these corporations, and I look at them and go, wow, I can do that better in RealNext. And all I need to do is drag that section page, and I can have something that looks beautiful like this. It also separates the information. So then I can have the pricing evaluation and the supporting documents and the investment details, the returns or the charts to graphs, all in different areas. So it makes the content much easier to digest. You can also customize these. Anytime that you select one of these pages, you'll see a section over here on the right-hand side that says report settings. If it says edit, that means that there's more customization available to you. All you need to do is hit edit and then play around with it. We can change the section. So if we wanted to name it something different, we can. If we wanted to name the subsection, like I've done here, property overview, and then you can change it from custom to photos and add custom photos and get really creative in there. So it helps break up the content within inside of your program. So another thing that you can do is you can easily upload PDFs. I get asked that all the time. Hey, Matt, I deal with hospitality or business brokerage, and I have a certain I need to upload PDF, P&L, or I need my analysis that I made, that I want that in there, or maybe they have an Argus run or something like that. All you need to do is just come over here and scroll down to PDF attachments, drag that PDF attachment where you want it, click on it. Again, notice over here on the right-hand side, it says report settings. In here, I have the ability to upload a PDF. I can add my header or footer. I can shrink it, and I can even add a title. It's that easy, and now I can go ahead and apply. Then that information will form fit right in here, and then I'll have my PDF that form fits into that custom template. So it will look like it's part of the template just like this here. It does not look like it is copy and pasted inside of ClipArt. You'll see all that right inside of the program. So we want to make sure that we're enhancing the content inside of Market Edge. And there's other things that we can do with inside of here. Once you have your layout, you might not want to have a property summary, or you might want to move your property summary and description around. You simply just need to drag and drop that information. Now, property summaries have some really fantastic features that I enjoy, and I'll get into custom pages and some other stuff here in a few. Property summary, people say, how did you get this data in here so quick? One, it's in my CRM, so it got brought in here. How did you know that the industrial stuff like truck door and cranes and power needed to be on here? Did you have to add all these yourself? You don't. You simply go ahead and you can click on any one of the sections in here, or you can click on the section portion there, and you're going to see these brackets. When you do, I want you to click on it. When you click on here, it's going to allow you to check what fields are going to show up under the property summary. Now, we've went ahead and did a lot of the work for you, where now you can select what property types are, whether it's just common property types, office, retail, industrial, land, multifamily. You'll see that. We also have a section here to see, so you can just say all empty fields you want to see or non-empty fields you want to see. Again, it's just going to organize the information for you a little bit easier. And then we can say the source of the information. Is it market edge and CRM? Is it only CRM, or is it user added? User added fields are fields that you created within inside of the CRM using our custom layouts, or customizing those fields within inside the CRM so they're able to get brought into here. You can also see as I click on this information on the right hand side, it has a couple things. One is highlight editable information. So now I know what can be edited, what can't be edited. I can add margins, I can change the name, the font size, the line, and the photo height. I can even draw on the page if I choose. If I wanted to highlight an area that this has, you know, a large yard, or it has, you know, two cranes, those are things that I can add in here with that text, and I can move the text, rotate it, I can line it, fill it, and so forth right on here. And again, you can add more information and customize each one of these section pages. You can also change the information around in a lot of these sections here, and I'll show you how to do some of that in a bit. On this page, when I click in here, you notice that nothing happens. Inside of this section, you're not able to adjust that in the property summary, but I'll show you where we can adjust a lot of that stuff. Property description, just a description going to be best on that property. Again, when you click on here, it'll show you the information from font size to photo height to editable fields and margins, and you can draw on these pages. If you want to move them around, you can drag and drop. Property photos are not limited to 1 photo, 2 photo, 3 photo. Just simply click on the property and it will give you a layout that you can choose that's going to work best for you. We even have the number of pixels, inch, or centimeters that you want to see, so that way you can make sure that you have the ideal dimension for the image there. People ask me all the time, hey Matt, what's the ideal image? Well, it depends on what your layout is. If you have 3 photos like this, your image size are going to be a little bit different. If you have 3 photos like this, your sizes are going to be a little bit different. You can also go ahead and you can add a caption on here. You can tie a link. So if you have an aerial tour, you can add a link into this for an aerial tour. You can go ahead and expand the photo or resize the photo, or even change the photo by simply selecting the photo button, and it allows you to do that. And those are where you uploaded your photos earlier with inside of that. Now, again, if you went through here and you said, you know, I don't want extended demographics in mine, and I don't want the regional map or anything else. If you've taken one of our standardized templates and you've put in the work to organize the layout template on the left-hand side, to save that and for future use, simply come up to File, Save As, name the presentation name that you want, and hit Save, and then you can load that as a template. Or I'm sorry, you want to come over here to File, Templates, and then you want to come over and say Save Current As, and that's where you're going to want to do it. And again, you can adjust the edition settings so it automatically shows the cover page you want, and so forth. Now, I like portrait, but maybe someone in your team made this in portrait and you're like, I don't want portrait. You don't have to remake the whole program. You just simply come over here and you say landscape, and it changes your whole package into landscape. I'm a portrait person. You might be landscape, tomato, tomato. It's really up to you, or what works best for you, sees best. But you don't have to recreate it. It changes everything for you within inside the program. Now let's talk about some really fun things within inside of the system that I love. One is business mapping. And yes, we do give you the logos where available. I know that's going to be the first thing is, do you give us the logos? Yes. So if you're in marketing, you're welcome. If you're in research, you're welcome. If you're waiting 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 hours for a business map, you're welcome. You simply can go ahead and once you click on here again, your report settings, instead of seeing restaurants and all these different selections, I normally just go ahead and I click in here and I backspace. When I backspace, it allows me to see all business types. Just easier for me. If you want to choose by the business type, you can. And then each one that you click, it shows up there. Now, not every single business is going to have a logo. Some businesses are available with a logo and some businesses aren't. If you want to add a logo to any of these property or these retail businesses that don't have one, all you got to do is select it here, and you'll see more information on the right hand side to change the name, balloon fill, balloon line, padding size, font, italicize, underline, bold, and you can even upload your own custom logo. So again, that information, we provide all those logos for you. You can add different markers on there. So instead of having the pinpoint, you can add your own company logo or something else about the business that you find is valuable to you. So business mapping are super important. Demographics, 1, 3, and 5 mile radius. We also giving you the ability to customize this. So your income page, your age, ethnicity, and other information you may or may not want, you can change it. You can apply it or add margins just like I have here. And again, it gives you a lot more customization. I do not like margins, so I remove them. Any of the information like property fields, property description, and so forth typically comes from the CRM as well as in Marketplace. Similarly with sales comps. Sales comps all will pull in from the RealNext CRM. You can also come up to comps and you can go and upload those comps. But I think when you present like a pro, I think it's important to have supporting documentation. Those sales comps can easily be brought in from the CRM. You can go ahead and you can rate those comps, whether they're going to be above average or below average comps, so you can get the right comp. And it makes it absolutely beautiful along here. It'll map the comps out for you as well, and it will also graph those comps out depending on your asset class based upon cap rate, price per square foot, and so forth. Again, we made it the same. So when you hit the page, it says report settings, hit edit. That means there's more information. You can bring in comps from the CRM. You can sort by comps. You can choose all comps, sold comps, in escrow comps, on market comps, all the different types of comps, and you can even search the keyword of the comps that are in there. For the adjusted analysis, you can come in here and you can adjust the valuations for the first 6 comps, superior, above average, so you can do it all on one page. And then additional options that you might want to show. Maybe it's price per acre, price per square foot, cap rate. You want to group them or ungroup them. You want to include a map up to 21 locations, show comp or property information, and then even add additional information for the subject property, all right in this one section. And you click it and bada boom, bada bing, all that information's in there for you. And you can see now we have an absolute amazing presentation. A couple other things we can do with inside of our solution is we can go ahead and we can use our custom global pages or custom global local pages. You can do a bunch of different things with inside of these, and with working with pages, you can do building pages, right? So here I have myself as a bio, but I was playing with one of these pages here, and I'm not sure if I saved it or not. Let's make one together. Like here is a page that I put in here. It was a nice graphic that we got from marketing. I put my rent roll information down here, and then I was able to drag and drop. And you can see in here, let me resize this picture. I'm going to come in here and I can resize. My image is actually pretty big here. So let me just do, let's see here, fit photo. Okay, that's a huge picture. I probably should have had him cut it down. But nonetheless, you can understand, you can move this information and then you can see more, see less, and so forth. So it's not static on there. You can use these in all your presentations once you make one. And then you can bring in information and change the information. So as you click in here, you'll notice that there is another toolbar that has popped up. If you click these 3 little dots, what can happen is I can change this to a map, text, available spaces, location overview, property fields. This is really awesome. Now, the reason I like this is because inside of my database, I have custom fields that I track on certain things. To add those in here, all you need to do is click on it, select your fields, and then you can say your source is your user added fields. These user added fields you would see in here. Now, I already added mine in here, you would see them. And then you can add your user added fields. So if you have 5, 10, 20, 30 custom fields in your CRM, they now populate into your marketing collateral, right? A lot of systems won't do any of that stuff. You have to use their static fields that are in there. You can customize them. You can customize them further by coming in here, and now we can go ahead and we can italicize. We can change the spacing, or we want to go ahead and change the field height, add margins to it, or change the color on something because we want to highlight it or bold it. We can do that as well. Again, these global pages are very, very easy to use. So let's talk about how easy they are to use. I'm going to select a layout on my right-hand side. and I'm going to go here to full dynamic layout. We're going to get crazy with it. I'm going to say I'm going to do 4 rows. Okay. Now I have 4 rows. I want my paragraph here. I want my text here. I want my photo here. And I want my available, let's do here photo. We're going to do this infographic here. And then we're going to do available spaces here. Right. And I can even add another section if I wanted to. I can move it up, or I can just delete that section. Pretty easy to do. And most of you know I can't even use PowerPoint, and I can do this pretty well. But now I have a custom global page. I can name that as anything I want, and we're going to name this as now you want to make sure that you spell that right, but we're going to do presentations like a pro, and now it's going to save that, and we're going to say finished editing. This will change here in a second. And now I'm able to drag and drop as many of those custom pages inside of this packaging that I want. Presentation like a pro right there. So now I can present like a pro what's inside of our program. So using those widgets within inside of our program, you can make some really awesome custom pages. And with the custom data fields that are getting brought into there, now you have even more customization. So you can really create your own custom pages. You can also do something like this. I'm going to come over here to my templates, and I'm going to load my blank template. And that means that there's nothing here, okay, except for my cover sheet. But I don't want that cover sheet. I just want to use my custom page that I made. So I'm going to come over here and say add pages, and then I can change my cover page. I clicked that too many times. Now I can come over here and use my presentation like a pro, and it would pull all my fields from the CRM in there. So now I have my own custom page. It's awesome. But if I want to go back into my templates, I can go ahead and load my template in here, and I can hit open. I don't remember what cover page I have loaded. I have a ton of cover pages that are in here. And again, we do give you a tremendous amount of cover pages. I was on with somebody recently showing them how to use our program, and they were like, wow, I had no clue, because someone on their team favorited one of the custom pages, but they didn't realize that we had a whole plethora of portrait and landscape and pages for them within inside of our program that they're able to load. And you can create a ton of different pages, or you can have a custom branded page like this, where I then can pop on my logo if I want to add my logo in here. I can add my own text. Hello world. You can tell that I'm old, that I know what hello world means. And if you know what hello world is, then you're just as old as me. But now we can see that. And now we're starting to present like a pro. Now what we want to do is we want to distribute this material. Came up with my template, we saved it. Now I want to go here and I can email it. Easily email it, it'll attach a PDF. It's going to render the image in there. I can put an email in there, and it will email out with the attachment of the PDF that your client then can download. You can also blind copy yourself. And that's one way. My favorite way is ePublish, and I'm going to tell you why the favorite way is ePublish. ePublish is really important for me because I can go ahead and I can copy the link, and I can put that link on social media. I can put it anywhere I want. I can do anything with it. It also is a flip book, and it makes a whooshing sound every time someone flips it. For your clients, engage with it. They can also bookmark it as a PDF. There's a lot of different things that they're able to do with that. But watch this. It alerted to me that someone viewed my ePublish. So if I send this over to Melody and I want to follow up with her to see if she reviewed the broker opinion to value, it's going to alert me when Melody did, so I don't have to call her, right? So again, I can go from my broker opinion to value where I sent it over to Melody, and Melody opened it, and now Melody said, you know what, Matt, that's a great valuation range. Let's get something to market. I now can come over to go to filter. I can load my template for my full offering memorandum. I can click open. And again, yours will have different coverage pages depending on where it's at. I'm trying to show you a whole array of cover pages. Now you've loaded that back up. You just simply go to view share, ePublish, it'll update that link. We can say add to deal room, and it creates a deal room for us. It will automatically attach the package to the deal room. okay? So really easy to create that deal room. And now you can upload a confidentiality agreement so people can go ahead and access the deal room. You can also turn this into a property website. Decide what you want on here: investment details, contact details, financial details, inventory, or anything else. And now we can create it. And now we can view the publication, and I have a simple landing page with your company logo. Okay, our information's not going to be up here. It's your company. Hopefully that's clear. Your address, your colors, your investment details on here. Someone can even access the deal room if you have the deal room link in there. Okay, so that's really powerful to be able to have your own website for that, a digital publication, an email publication, creating the deal room. You can even share this on the real estate exchange. So if someone else is using the RealNext program and you want them to analyze a deal without retyping the information, and just send it to that individual right through here. And now that individual will have all the analysis in there. And that's how easy we make it, with easy output from e-publications and websites, the building pages and adding widgets with customized data, accessing, modifying, creating. If you're on a team and you're in a company, we can give you admin rights, so your marketing administrator can come in here and administrator all this as you're in the field, and they can update the information. If Jeff's in the field taking pictures and I hit analyze market, those pictures would come in here to create a flyer. You can add your own messaging, images. You can even send the information and update it repeatedly from the CRM or marketplace, and it will push back into here. So if someone is updating the rent roll in the field with new tenant information, taking new pictures, you simply go in the CRM and you hit update. It'll update the information on the packaging, create that digital flip book, and pow, now you're presenting like a pro. This is also available for you on any mobile device. You can access it on your phone. However, it's going to be so tiny, you're going to need a microscope, but you can pull this up on a big screen TV in front of a client. Don't be shy. You can pull it up at home. You can pull it up on a web browser. You can pull up anywhere you have internet access, and you can even make it interactive with the charts right inside of the program. Jeff, how are we doing on time?
We're great. There's a lot, you covered so much, a handful of questions and a couple of things that I think are incredibly valuable that you didn't go into because you wanted to talk about the presentation, but a lot of the value of the presentation, particularly if you're talking about investments, are the numbers. And we've got the financials built right in. So a lot of those pages that are part of the OM, you enter this model and we give you dozens of reports to choose from, presentation pages that make you look like an expert, make your property stand out, give it the substance that it needs so someone can make, give them the decision support tools so they can make the best bids and know what the property's worth. So don't think just because it's not visual, sort of the branding type of marketing. Presentation like a pro is having the data, showing the information, doing the analysis, and being able to present that. We've got that all baked in with charts and graphs and statistics that enable you to be authoritative in your presentation. So, when you look at there's a couple of questions about InDesign. InDesign's great, and what we find is that most of our clients can get 95% of the work done in RealNext, and there could be a handful of projects that need something customized and tweaked and maybe done in InDesign. And those InDesign pages can come in. If you want to do certain projects in InDesign, great. But think of the time saved that in your workflow and for your marketing team if you have your data input once and you need to do a BOV. Matt, show how quickly you can turn this into a BOV.
Yeah, all I need to do is over here and I can say load templates BOV.
7. So in 10 seconds, I just made a BOV, and you've got full detail of the comps, of your analysis, and your presentation that you can share with the client. And by the way, what happens when you get a new comp? I can change that. And if I send a link out to my client, that change is now in their presentation. So I'm not going back to InDesign trying to change it. Then I have to send things out to everyone once again. Changes in the system, then change that link when it's accessed by your client, update them if numbers change, if comps change, if the presentation change. Now to turn this into a one-page flyer, Matt, you just got the listing.
Oh yeah, now I can go here and I can come over to templates and I can say industrial and I can load the industrial templates there. I can use any one of mine as well, and I can do that, or go to a full offering memorandum.
So the speed, so I don't let it take days and weeks to recreate this stuff. I input it once, I get all of my output in real time with the real information as updated as possible. And once the clients have it as that information changes, they're getting through that dynamic link, the update to it. So InDesign is great for just static presentation, but if you want things to be as valuable as you can with the financials, with the comps, with the other information, and that workflow streamlined and automated, that the power of this is really, really compelling. So
And Jeff brings up a really, really good point when he talks about numbers. We're all looking at interest rates every day, every week, every month. Clients are coming and they're saying, hey, are you thinking of interest rates are going to drop and so forth? We can show that this is going to be, maybe it's going to be a 5-year IO, and the loan term is going to be, 5 years on that, but it's going to be amortized across 20. We might want to show a takeout loan in year 5 at a lower interest rate based upon that. We can actually show those projections where, maybe you're going to be taking 6.25. We just actually saw 5.95 recently as the lowest one, but maybe it's 6.25 or 6.75, and we predict in 2 years, we're going to be down to 4.25. Maybe we want to have a takeout loan in year 5 as, or in year 3 as, 4.25. We can actually show those projections and show how their NOI is going to increase in year 3. Or there's a capital expense with, turning it from a swamp cooler to HVAC, or, adding some additional roof replacements or whatever that would be. We can show all that. And if you are in development, we do have a full development analysis in here that can put your hard costs, soft costs, acquisition costs, development financing, all in here to help underwrite that. So it's not just like I was going over the presentation side. It is building that whole narrative to why someone should buy. And I promise you, no one wants to look at an Excel spreadsheet with 97 tabs and try to make a decision. It's not something that's convenient. I want it easy, I want it convenient, and I want to make an offer quickly. And our program helps you do that.
I think we covered the questions on InDesign. Again, I think it's great for certain purposes, but I think the interactive data, the real-time data, and that ability to flexibly change and enter information once and get all the different output is a huge time saver and convenience, and gives your clients the updated information as they need it. Any other questions before we wrap up? Awesome. I think you got it covered in record time, Matt. A lot of ground to cover. We appreciate everyone joining us today, as always, and we look forward to seeing you on future webinars. So thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.